Hello friends, welcome to Kamat Astrology. In today's video, we will talk about a very important transit which is going to happen on 30th October 2023, and this happens nearly after 18 years. That is, Rahu and Ketu will change signs. Rahu will move from Aries to Pisces and Ketu will move from Libra to Virgo on 30th October 2023. Now we know there are 12 zodiac signs and Pisces is the last sign in the zodiac belt, and therefore this represents the beginning of a new era. Remember that Rahu and Ketu always move in a direction opposite to other planets. They represent illusion. Rahu is smoky and Rahu represents extreme desire, extreme attachment, whereas Ketu on the other hand represents detachment and isolation. Rahu has only the head and therefore whatever it consumes, it is never satisfied because there is no physical body present. On the other hand, Ketu does not have a head and therefore Ketu cannot think like Rahu. Ketu is completely detached. He wants you to move away from material things and he wants you to explore your inner self. Wherever Rahu is placed in your chart, you will want to go after the things related to that sign. Wherever Ketu is placed in your chart, you will start questioning, why am I doing this? Why do I need this? Ketu will make you introspect and eventually explore your inner self. While Rahu represents greed, illusion, obsession, Ketu on the other hand represents spirituality, isolation, detachment and moving away from things, separating from material things. Wherever Rahu is placed in your chart, you will never be satisfied in that area in your life. Whereas wherever Ketu is placed in your chart, you will always start questioning, why am I doing this? Why do I need this? And Ketu eventually takes you on a spiritual journey. But the process can be very painful. The process of detachment is very painful. And therefore, Ketu is also known as the Moksha Karaka because he liberates you from bondage towards material things. Now I am considering the mean motion of Rahu and Ketu, and therefore this transit of the mean nodes Rahu and Ketu happens on 30th October 2023. This transit happens just after the lunar eclipse on 29th October 2023 and the solar eclipse on 14th October 2023. Now let us understand the sign of Pisces or Meen. It is the last sign in the zodiac belt and therefore it represents isolation, spirituality. Ketu does well in the sign of Pisces because Ketu is the liberator or the Moksha Karaka, whereas Rahu's nature is very opposite. Rahu is greedy, Rahu gets attached to things, Rahu gets obsessed, and therefore Rahu does not do well in the sign of Pisces. Pisces is actually the sign of liberation, and Rahu here attaches you to things instead of liberating you. Virgo or Kanya is the sign of conflicts, debates, analysis, paying attention to minute details. Now when Ketu is here, he will make you question things, he will make you introspect more, pay more attention to details, and finally he will try to detach you from many material things in this journey. So now let me do a quick ascendant wise analysis of this transit. So for the Aries ascendant or the Mesh Lagna, now Ketu is transiting your 6th house and Rahu is transiting your 12th house. Now 12th house is associated with spirituality, foreign culture, foreign lands, isolation. So you will be tempted now by Rahu to go on foreign journeys, to visit different spiritual places, to interact with people from a foreign culture. You will get drawn towards foreign things, foreign lands. On the other hand, Ketu in your 6th house will make you question your daily routine. Why am I doing this? Why is this needed? And it will make you analyze more, it will make you overthink about your daily routine and make changes to that routine. So you will focus more on your health in this time period. Ketu in the 6th house is very good. It destroys enemies, it destroys conflicts, it gives you a forgive and forget approach. So during this time, you will move away from your enemies, you will get detached from conflicts, and that is a good thing for the Aries ascendant. Your focus will be more on health, healing. You will pay extreme attention to your own health and you will make necessary changes in your routine that will benefit you in the long run. However, to bring about changes, Ketu can give some pain, can give transformation, and therefore certain conflicts may bring you pain at a material level. But spiritually, you will evolve in a big way because of this transit. Now, coming to the Taurus ascendant or the Vrushabh, Rahu is transiting your 11th house of Pisces, which represents gain, network of friends, income, and Ketu is transiting your 5th house of Virgo, which represents love, romance, children, investments. So now here Rahu will bring about an increase in your income by making you look at foreign things, foreign people, investing more in foreign things. You will also have a larger network of friends from distant lands. On the other hand, Ketu will make you introspect into your investments. Why am I doing this investment? What is the benefit of doing this? Is it really needed? So Ketu will make you relook at these aspects of your life. 5th house also represents love, romance. Sign of Virgo deals with conflicts. So if you are in a romantic relationship, Ketu will now make you think, is this really needed? If there was a conflict, Ketu will make you think, should I be a part of this conflict? And Ketu will slowly detach you from such problems. So in your love life, you may face challenges during this time period, but that transformation will be really beneficial to you in the long run. Even your kids may move away from you. Those of you who have grown up kids, they may move to foreign lands, distant places, because Ketu is now transiting your 5th house of Virgo and Ketu is about separation, moving away. So children may move away from you because of this transit. On the material plane, you will gain a lot of new friends. You will also make a lot of gains in this time period because of Rahu in Pisces. So that is good for the Taurus ascendant. Now coming to the Gemini ascendant or the Mithun Lagna, Ketu is transiting in your 4th house now and Rahu is transiting in your 10th house of profession and career. Now the 4th house has to do with happiness, peace, home, vehicles. So Ketu here can give health problems to your mother because maybe you have not paid much attention to her in the past. So Ketu now wants you to focus on your mother. So health problems to mother can come. Some lack of happiness in the home environment will be there because Ketu is bringing about a transformation in your home environment. He is making you question certain things with respect to relationships at home, with respect to mother, as well as the domestic possessions that you have, such as car, big house, etc. So, Ketu here will make you question whether you really need those things, whether you should be really paying attention to those things, and slowly maybe it will bring about a detachment from certain things that you don't need. That is, it will break the old patterns which you don't need to ensure your spiritual progress. On the other hand, Rahu in your 10th house will give you new opportunities in your career, in your profession. You could also get opportunities in distant lands. But remember, Rahu is an illusion. Rahu also represents cheating and deception. So be careful about the person you are interacting with, or whenever you accept any such opportunity. Double check thoroughly, analyze it, see the pros and cons, and then only go for it. Now, coming to the Cancer ascendant or Kark Lagna, Ketu is transiting in the third house and Rahu is transiting in your ninth house. So, now what is the third house? Third house is your effort, it is your subconscious mind, it is the things you do online, the things you do as a hobby, and it is also related to your siblings. So, Ketu here will now question your relationship with respect to siblings, any conflicts you have with respect to your siblings. It will make you introspect more. It will make you think whether such relations are actually essential for your spiritual growth, or are they a hurdle in your spiritual growth. So, Ketu will bring about some transformation with respect to the conflicts that you have with respect to your siblings, the kind of relationship you have with respect to your siblings. Now, in the third house, it represents your subconscious mind. And when Ketu is here, it makes you overthink. It makes you overanalyze things. So be careful here. Do not cross the boundary. Do not overthink a lot, but be more rational and practical. On the other hand, Rahu in the ninth house will make you go on foreign journeys, visit spiritual places, meet extraordinary gurus who have a very different out of the box approach. Now, one possibility is you may also meet up with fake gurus because Rahu is ultimately cheating and deception. And Pisces being the natural 12th house, it represents ashrams, it represents monasteries, it represents isolated places. Rahu takes on the characteristics of guru here, and therefore it is quite possible you may associate yourself with fake gurus in this time, fake spiritual gurus. So be careful on that front. But Rahu will definitely give you journeys to distant lands, journeys to foreign places, and it will also improve your destiny in a big way in this time period. You may feel a bit detached from your siblings in this time period because of Ketu's presence in the third house. Now, for the Leo ascendant, you have Ketu in the second house and Rahu in the eighth house. So, on the 2-8 axis, you have Ketu and Rahu, and that is not a very good thing. Because in the second house, Ketu will bring about certain problems in your finances, within your family environment. It will make you question relationships within the family. You may move away from certain family members during this time period, or certain family members may also leave you in this time period because Ketu feels they are not essential for your spiritual growth. On the other hand, Rahu in the 8th house can draw you towards occult sciences. Rahu in the 8th house can give you money through insurance, inheritance in this time period. But all of this will come with a certain tinge of pain in personal relationships. And that is why this transit is not so good for the Leo ascendant or Sinha Lagna. Now, coming to the Virgo ascendant or Kanya Lagna, Ketu is in the ascendant itself, that is in the first house, and Rahu is in the seventh house. So, when Ketu is in the first house, you question your own existence on this earth. Why am I here? And you may feel very detached from the material world in this time period. You will introspect a lot. You will think, what is my purpose on this earth? In the seventh house, your partner will become extremely demanding in this time period. So, on the relationship front, Rahu will give certain challenges. On the partnership front, certain partners can cheat you in this time period. So, be very careful. Now, for the Libra ascendant or the Tula Lagna, Ketu is in the 12th house of expenses, losses, isolation, and Rahu is in the 6th house of conflicts, diseases, daily routine. Now, with Ketu in the 12th house, your focus will be more on serving others, on how you can help the society, how you can heal others. That will be your primary focus. So, do not hesitate to make donations in this time period, to be part of organizations that help others, to be part of NGOs. On the other hand, Rahu in your 6th house can cause certain conflicts in your daily routines. Rahu can make you extremely obsessive in this time. The 6th house is also the house of service, it is the house of diseases, illness, and here Rahu can give unknown diseases, diseases to which doctors may not easily find a solution or misdiagnose the disease. So, on the health front, you need to be a little careful. Now, for the Scorpio ascendant, Ketu is in the 11th house, Rahu is in the 5th house. So, there could be obsession with respect to kids, with respect to love affairs, romance in this time period. You may also make certain investments in this time period. So, be careful that you don't do the wrong investments because Rahu is in your 5th house and Ketu is in your 11th house. 11th house is your network of friends. So now this is a time when Ketu can give problems with respect to friends to make you realize who are your true friends, and you will find your friend circle decreasing a bit because Ketu will keep you in contact only with your true friends in this time period. It will make you realize certain people who are no longer of value in your spiritual journey, certain friends who are no longer needed. Now, for the Sagittarius ascendant, Dhanu Lagna, Rahu transits the 4th house of Pisces and Ketu transits your 10th house of Virgo. So, 10th house is about the career, profession, your karma. So, certain relationships from the past will come back into your life, into your professional sphere, with whom you share a very strong karmic relationship from the past life. Now, Ketu will make you question your existence in your profession, in your career, in your present role. You might question all these things, and Ketu will certainly bring about a transformation in your career through certain karmic people, which is necessary for your spiritual progress. On the other hand, Rahu in the 4th can tempt you to buy a new home, to move to different places, foreign lands, as well as Rahu will make you focus more on the domestic front, on the home environment. Now, 4th house is the house of happiness, and whenever Rahu is here, a person's desires increase manifold, and the person will not be satisfied with what he has. So, be careful. You have enough, but you will not feel satisfied. Try to avoid that. Meditate more is the message for the Sagittarius ascendant. Now, for the Capricorn ascendant or the Makar Lagna, Rahu is transiting the 3rd house of effort, siblings, and Ketu is transiting the 9th house of gurus, fathers, destiny, foreign land. So here Ketu will now make you question your relationship with respect to your bosses, your gurus, your teachers. Ketu will make you move away from the traditional definition of religion and make you realize that which is only necessary for your spiritual growth. So you may move away from hedonistic religions, religious beliefs, and Ketu will give you a better perspective for your spiritual growth. Ketu is a planet that is beyond this world, that represents the unknown world, that represents your ancestors. And therefore, in this time period, it can give you connection with your spiritual guides. It can also give you out of body experiences, and it can help you really spiritually evolve rather than getting stuck in religious books, different religious beliefs which may not actually give you anything in the true sense. Rahu in the third house will make you put more effort, work hard, undertake a lot of travels. Be careful with respect to the relationship with your siblings in this time period for the Capricorn ascendant, because Rahu is in the third house. So siblings can cheat you, Rahu can make you undertake a lot of short distance journeys. The health of father can be a bit bad in this time period because Ketu is transiting your ninth house. So take care of your father in this time period. Now for the Aquarius ascendant or the Kumbh Lagna, Ketu is in your 8th house. Rahu will be in your 2nd house of Pisces. So on the monetary front, Rahu brings a lot of gains. But make sure you are employing the right means to get this money, because later on it can cause some regret to you. Within the family also some challenges will be there, some problems will be there. Mental tensions will increase in this time period. Be careful about the food you eat because Rahu is in your 2nd house, and therefore you have to be careful with what you are eating. Otherwise it can cause you indigestion, problem in the digestive system, because you also have Ketu in the 8th house. And therefore this transit will make you focus more on your diet, what you are going to eat, and it will bring about a certain realization on that front. Now with Ketu in the 8th house, you might get interested in occult sciences. Ketu in the 8th house can also bring problems related to inheritance, related to insurance money. So be careful on that front. Meditate more. Ketu in the 8th house is good for research, for meditation. When you have Ketu in the 8th house, spend more time in isolation. Spend more time meditating, and you will find solutions to problems you think could not be solved. Now for the Pisces ascendant or Meen Lagna, Rahu is in the 1st house and Ketu is transiting your 7th house. So definitely you will question your relationships with respect to partners, and you might feel a bit detached from your partner in this time period. Certain misunderstandings can crop up in your love life, in your relationships, in your partnerships, on the marriage front. So that is the area where Ketu wants you to focus now. What is essential, what is not essential, and weed out that which is not required for your spiritual progress. On the other hand, Rahu in the 1st house, in the sign of Pisces, can give a lot of expenses. It can also make you a bit self-obsessed, and that can bring problem in relationships. Rahu here can make you spend money unnecessarily, go on unnecessary travels to distant places. So be a bit careful about this. Now what happens at the world level? You can see that when Rahu is crossing over into Pisces, he is going to pass through the Gandanta zone, that is the border between the fire sign and the water sign. Pisces is a watery sign. And therefore, on the world level, this results in a lot of confusion. This results in a lot of conflict. This can result in a lot of losses because Pisces is the natural sign for losses. So this increases conflicts as Rahu passes through the gandanta. The wars between the countries can increase. Ketu is in the 6th house. 6th house is the house of conflict. It is the house of diseases. So Ketu here brings about advancement in healing, advancement in the medical profession. Ketu here helps to find solutions to diseases, solutions to problems. Now with Ketu in the 6th house is the house of service, and therefore in general, regardless of the ascendant, if you serve small animals, if you serve the disabled people, accident victims, then this brings about a lot of good merit to you and a lot of advancement in your spiritual journey. Now with Ketu in the 6th house, although it brings about a healing later, initially it will give a lot of enmity in the world. It will bring about lot of conflict initially between different countries. Now earlier I had made a video about the Mangal Ketu conjunction in the sign of Libra or Tula, in which I had said that the balance in the world will get destroyed, relationships between different countries will get spoiled. So right now you can see what is happening between Canada and India. So with Ketu in Virgo, this continues, problems increase on the world front, but eventually Ketu brings about a healing and a good time. And this is the beginning of a new era. That is, there will be a lot of conflicts, lot of wars in the times ahead, but eventually it will usher in a good time. And therefore this transit signifies the end of an old era and the beginning of a new era. Now many people are scared that the world will end. Nothing of that sort will happen. There will be a lot of destruction in the world till the period of 2030, 2031. But after that, a very good time will start. And in that sense, people say that this is the end of Kali Yuga and the beginning of Satyug. But I can assure you, the world is not going to get destroyed. It is going to continue. But the kind of people in the new world, that is the real change which we are going to see in the times ahead. Now, the last thing, let us look at the tattva of the sign in which Rahu and Ketu are placed. So Pisces or Meen is a watery sign, and Virgo or Kanya is an earth sign. Now Pisces actually represents water bodies like oceans, rivers, and Rahu represents poisons and accidents. So because of Rahu's transit in Pisces, wars over water, snakes inside the water, giving bites to people, these kind of accidents increase. Ketu in the 6th, Rahu in the 12th house can give rise to political assassinations. This has happened in the previous cycles of Rahu Ketu also. This is essential for a leadership change. Since Virgo is an earth sign and Ketu always causes a disbalance where it is placed, this can cause an increase in earthquakes across the world. Waterborne diseases will increase when Rahu is in Pisces. So friends, that's all from my end. If you like this video, please mark it as liked on YouTube. If you have not subscribed to our channel, you can do so by clicking the subscribe button. For any queries, write to us at astrosevaworld@yahoo.com. You can also visit our website astroseva.tripod.com. So friends, thanks a lot. Bye. Take care and stay safe.